Welcome to the Red Carpet Movie Review.
Today we review The Post.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from Hollywood, California, welcome to the Red Carpet Review, starring the Showstopper, Shawn Valentino, also starring Rich Twilling. Today we review The Post, live from the red carpet.
Hey everybody, Shawn Valentino, your host on the Red Carpet Movie Review. My broadcast partner, Rich Twilling, is currently investigating a major White House scandal, and that's only fitting because today we're going to review The Post. The Post is directed by Steven Spielberg and it stars Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep. So I was really excited about this movie because you have three of the best in the respective fields. You have arguably the best director, the best actor, and the best actress of the respective generations. So you really had to have a high expectation for this movie. But then again, I thought back to a movie called Lions for Lambs in 2007, which starred Robert Redford, Tom Cruise, and Meryl Streep, and it turned out to be a very disappointing effort. So I had to kind of temper my expectations with this film, but thankfully this turned out to be an excellent movie. And the story revolves around one of the most important junctures in our country's history, especially when it comes to freedom of press, because it revolves around the story of the Pentagon Papers and whether the Washington Post should publish them or not. So it brings a lot of fascinating issues to the table here. And I thought Meryl Streep gives another fabulous performance here. Of course, she's one of the best actresses in the history of movies. So you know you're going to get something special every time she's on screen, especially when you combine her with Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks. And I thought this film did a wonderful job of depicting this psychological study of Katharine Graham, this female in a male-dominated industry. And I think Streep's performance was just excellent here because you can see her lacking confidence, but at the same time she wants to do something revolutionary and she wants to do something to honor her family's legacy. Because again, the Washington Post is her family's paper. And this movie begins with disenchanted military analyst Daniel Ellsberg making copies of these Pentagon Papers because he's sick of this government corruption and how they're deceiving the American public about the Vietnam War. And these papers eventually get to the Washington Post, and the story really revolves around Katharine Graham's decision whether to publish these papers or not. And the heart of this story is a series of interactions between Graham and her counterparts, including Ben Bradlee, her editor-in-chief, played brilliantly by Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg really worked together very well. They did a great job in Catch Me If You Can in the early 2000s. And I thought they had an underrated classic in Bridge of Spies, which had a very similar tone to this film. Very dark, very serious, and extremely intelligent. It's a very talky picture, just like this one. But I think just like Bridge of Spies, this movie works really well because it's such a fascinating subject matter, and the acting is so good, and the direction is just wonderful. So I think Spielberg and Hanks really are a dream team. I really love seeing Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep on camera together, two masters of their craft that I've never seen together before. And I thought they had a great chemistry on camera, similar to Tom Cruise and Meryl Streep in Lions for Lambs. You have two powerful actors here at the top of their game, because one of the negative things about this movie is it's not very entertaining. Again, I'm not really necessarily looking for an action picture here, so that's not really the problem. But narratively speaking, I thought the movie was a little bit dull. But it is truly the excellent performances that make it watchable throughout, despite the fact there's not a lot going on here and it's a little bit talky. But when you have great acting and great directing and an interesting subject matter, the movie's still going to work, despite the fact that it lacked a lot of that traditional entertainment value we go to the movies for. And I thought what this movie did best was balancing the psychological study of Katharine Graham and on a micro level whether the Washington Post should publish these papers, with the larger issues that are at hand that are still relevant to this day, whether national security takes precedence over the freedom of the press. What exactly is the American public's right to know? And underneath it all, what's more important, protection of the government or protection of the public? And I thought this movie did an excellent job of weaving these fascinating themes together, and it even made the audience question, what is the role of the press? And what are the moral implications of uncovering government secrets? And although this movie is covering an event that took place in the 1970s, the public's perception of government corruption and their mistrust of how the government is deceiving them is still relevant to this day. So what you have here is a masterfully crafted picture that explores timeless themes that have been in existence from the beginning of the press till the end of time. And we here at the Red Carpet Review like to rate our movies on a 5-star scale, and I'm going to give The Post 4 stars on a 5-star scale. Thank you so much for watching this Red Carpet Review of The Post. We have one of our gorgeous movie experts here. What do you think about this review?
Exactly.
Thank you so much for that expert opinion, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure to click that like button, press subscribe. We'll see you next week on the red carpet.
Thank you for watching the Red Carpet Review. Proceed to click that like button and press subscribe for weekly movie reviews past and present. We'll see you soon on the red carpet.